Good day to you. Welcome to the next episode of our productivity vlog. I'm here on the eve of midsummer in the UK, looking at England's countryside at its finest. The nobility of the oak tree and the joy of an English vineyard producing top quality white wines. This is an exciting place to be, and you won't see them in the background, but there's lots of animals foraging. The perfect environment to talk about living productively or living productivity. And the model, if you caught the episode before this, is the very pattern of life. Living organisms have 7 characteristics that all have to be present for them to be judged as fully alive. And I want you and I to be living life fully alive, life to the full, life in abundance. In fact, we want to live the life we have imagined. So let's explore the second of 7 principles. The 7 principles are movement, nutrition, reproduction, excretion, growth, respiration, and sensitivity. I hope that was all 7. And today's subject is nutrition. And I'm going to go for literal nutrition first of all. This is an excellent book. It's by Michael van Straten, called Super Juice, Juicing for Health and Healing. And I was inspired to get back into this by one of our members at the Boardroom Network, who talked about her husband who had been written off by the doctors with all the best science behind it, saying his cancer was incurable, he should be taken to a hospice and they should say their goodbyes. But instead this wonderful, amazing, willful lady said goodbye to the Macmillan nurses, even though they do a fantastic job, because the paradigm was one of death. And instead they got juicing, particularly with things like wheatgrass and turmeric. Not only is he completely free of the cancer, but he's back doing the vocation that he has a passion for. So literal nutrition is going to help your productivity, your living productivity. However, the metaphorical aspect of nutrition is all about where do you get your energy from? And you'll know that I'm very passionate about psychogeometrics. So let's put these in order for you. The 5 shapes. The one we're not having here today is the rectangle, but I'll explain that. And these are entrepreneurial shapes. So we've got the box first of all, and the triangle, and the circle, and then the squiggle. If you've not come across this before, I'd like you to pause for a moment and add another shape, the rectangle. 5 shapes, all representing 5 different entrepreneurial styles. They're actually communication styles, but they are forms of where we get our energy from. So if you were to choose just one of the 5, would you choose the box, or the triangle, the circle, the squiggle, or the rectangle? Let's just think about where these different shapes get their energy from. So first of all, let's get down there with the box. 82% of the people who choose the box are likely to choose it for similar reasons. This is like Carl Jung's archetypes. These are arche shapes. You'll see them in architecture, you'll see them in icons, you'll see them in language throughout history. You'll see it in people's doodles. Some people like graph paper, for example. And if you're drawn towards the box, it's quite likely you're going to be energized by detail, by analysis, by thoroughness. And that's okay. That's a brilliant entrepreneurial style. If you're drawn towards the triangle, in the UK and around the world, there are many road signs which have triangles. And they're often in red because they're a commanding warning concept. And they're about getting you to make a decision to get to the point. And if that's your dominant entrepreneurial style, you are going to be energized, nourished. Nutrition we're talking about today. You're going to be nourished by action, getting to the point, getting to a result, taking an action that produces the outcome that you really desire. And you can see already that someone who is in the box mode, that frame of energy, may actually clash with someone in triangle mode, because triangle modes are entrepreneurs who want to get there very, very quickly, whereas the box mode is we want to get there, we want to get the same results, but we want to do it thoroughly, analytically, in a way that we tick all the boxes. Get to the point, tick the box. Then we have what I call the ecologist as an entrepreneurial style, or the counsellor. So the pure circle is like a counsellor because they're rich in emotional intelligence, and for them their entrepreneurialism is more about how can we include the team and maybe even the community and maybe even the planet. It depends how big your circle of influence is. And so for them, their entrepreneurial might be a more sort of social entrepreneurialism. It might be a not-for-profit organisation. It might be an organisation that's making a difference to the planet, perhaps cleaning up plastics and things like that. Again, a very valid form of entrepreneurialism where the energy comes from the group, from the team, from the community. So that's a quick review there. Box, energy comes from finishing the job perfectly. Just going to hold for a minute while a car goes past. It's not very busy here usually. Triangle, the energy comes from the quality of the result and the speed of the result. Circle, the energy comes from the group, the tribe. Squiggle, the energy comes from the creativity, the innovation. So often in an entrepreneurial cycle, let's say cycle rather than circle, these are the creatives. These are the innovators who come up with the ideas. They're not always that brilliant at finishing things. So their energy comes from ideas. Now you can imagine how that could clash with a triangle, a circle, or a box. If I'm going, oh, I've just had 16 ideas before breakfast, which is what usually happens to me in this mode, my triangle friends who are in that mode and my box entrepreneurs are going to be going, okay, so where's the research behind this? What's the kind of outcome you want to achieve? And their energy comes from a different place. So I want you to pause for a moment and think about, where do you get your energy from? Is it from ideas? Is it from the research, the theories? Think about learning styles, this is the theorist. Is it from the actual outcomes themselves? Don't worry about the research, let's just get an outcome, a goal, an aim fulfilled. Or is it from the buzz of the team? The fact that everybody's included, everybody's had a say, and together we've achieved something. All of them are valid, and in fact, we need all of them. So I'm going to pause there and just let you think about the general concept of where do you get your energy from, because energy is the fuel for your productivity journey. Energy is the fuel for your entrepreneurial journey. Energy is the fuel for life. And if you want to live the life that we have imagined, we've got to be clearer about where we get our top-ups from. Is it going to be your ideas like the squiggle? Is it going to be the team like the circle? Is it going to be the analysis, the research, the data like the box? Is it going to be from the results themselves, or a mixture of those? If you're the rectangle, which is the flexibility shape, maybe you've got that flexibility to draw from all of those. I will say though, I have people in my life who, when they move into the modes which are not my natural mode, drain my energy. I was reading the story of Samson this morning, and Samson Delilah, I'm sure you know it, and she just kept on and on at him about the secret of his strength because she wanted to do him harm. And it said that his soul was vexed to the point of death. His soul was vexed to death. And you've probably got energy vampires in your life, and it might be that they're just in a different frame of mind. So you will need some people in your life who are going to feed your dominant entrepreneurial energy to give you that nourishment, that nutrition, which is our second episode in living productively. This is Lex McKee. Thank you very much for tuning in to this vlog. I'd love to hear your comments, see your comments written in the comments below. I'd love you to subscribe to the channel and click on the notifications bell so that you get the fresh stuff as it's delivered up, usually every Tuesdays and Thursdays, because on the Productivity channel we focus on your talent, the team, getting your time back and using tech to accelerate your journey. Live the life you have imagined.